Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, it's a very intimate video. It's like, what is the time? It is like 7:30 on a Saturday evening. I don't usually film in the evenings anymore, only because I have to bring out the ring light, and the ring light stays in Fancy's room. But I really wanted to record this video because I haven't recorded a video in a while, and I really thought I should probably utilize my Saturday evenings. So I have my trusted ring light out, so if the video's lighting doesn't look too natural, it's because I am using a ring light. Today's video is going to be a bit different from the other videos that I've been putting out, and in today's video we're going to be talking more about 5 things that the pandemic has taught me in the past 18 months, and things that I've had to learn like rather quickly. Some of you may probably be already doing this, or lessons that you've probably learned before the pandemic, but these are things that I've been working on. I've also been a bit hesitant about recording this type of video. I'm not sure how you guys will like receive it. It is I don't want to say personal, but it is different from the other content that I've been putting out, and it's more about me and not necessarily about being a mother. But I am an individual first before I am someone's mother. I also feel like I can't pour from an empty cup. I mean, we hear this all the time. You have to pour from a place of abundance. And also, these are things that I generally think about or contemplate about when I'm like, let's say for instance, when I wake up in the middle of the night. These are the type of things that I think about when I'm driving to work, when I'm just randomly sitting on my own. These are the things that I'm really into and I guess I'm letting you guys more into my mental well-being type of situation. I don't know how you guys are going to receive this video. I've been wanting to share these things, and yeah, that's such a long intro, but that's basically the gist of today's video. Yeah, let's get this video started. The first lesson that the pandemic has taught me is that happiness is a choice. I probably wasn't focusing a lot on what's this intentional happiness, being more intentional about your happiness. It's probably something that I wasn't really focusing on a lot. I mean, before everything happened, I probably was just like floating with life, hoping that something externally would help make me happy. And I think during this time I've just generally learned how to be happy inwardly so that it flows out. Every day is a struggle, and I'm sharing these things not because I've like green for gold, but some of these things I'm still struggling with, and I'm still learning to implement them every day. But with regards to happiness, I feel like a lot of us are waiting for something externally to make us happy. We're looking for money to make us happy. We're looking for a boyfriend to make us happy. We're looking for children to make us happy. We're looking from happiness externally, and not a lot of people practice intentional happiness, including myself. Some days are better than others. We don't know how to be happy and content in the moment that we're in, and I feel like there's a lot of things that we've wanted or prayed for where we were like, God, if you give me this job, and then once you get that job, it's almost like, okay, great, thank you God for coming through, and then you don't appreciate it every day after you've gotten it. It's now on to the next thing. I need to keep pushing to get the managerial position. Like, we're never content, we're never happy in the situation that we're in, and I feel like that robs us of our joy, because we're always looking for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing to make us happy, and we're never really settled or at peace with where we are in life. I was that person too. God, if you give me the promotion, if you give me the job that has more money, if you make me successful on YouTube, it's always something else, and the cycle is never ending. And I feel like as much as a lot of these past 18 months, a lot of days have been filled with like a lot of anxiety and fear, but I also feel like they've been filled with a lot of the most happiest times in my life, because and not that anything has happened, I've just intentionally chosen to have a good day. But you tell yourself that no matter what happens, I'm intentionally going to be happy, and I'm going to intentionally do things that make me happy and focus on things like that. Like, I enjoy watering my plants. So I genuinely look forward to that one day a week where I go and I go water my plants, and it's something that makes me happy. And I feel like as humans, especially during this time, you need to find ways to sort of like escape reality, or not even escape, but cope with everything that's happening. And I feel like these are one of the best ways that we can possibly do that for ourselves. You know, it doesn't even have to be big things. Simple things like doing your skincare, simple things like taking a walk, simple things like exercising, making your favorite dish. Like, be intentional about being happy. I used to dread waking up in the morning, guys. Like, I used to dread waking up in the morning, and I don't anymore. You know, I mean, I am filled with a bit of anxiety and fear from all the stuff that happens, but I look forward to each and every single day because it's another chance to be happy. So this has been something that I have been literally preaching to myself every day. Every day when I wake up and I say, okay, God, thank you for waking me up today. Another opportunity to be happy, another opportunity to practice happiness. The next lesson that I have learned in the past 18 months is that many of us live in our heads, and I'm speaking for myself because the human mind is a very weird thing. Like, you could choose to be happy, then someone comes and just says something small, and not even like in a malicious way, but like in a small way, and your brain will take it and it will run with it. And just like at the end of, like, the rest of your day is ruined. I don't know why it was designed like this. I really wish God could tell us why he made it like this. It can be a bad thing because you take one thought and you run with it, and your mind escalates and it goes to so many different places. And there was this podcast that I was listening to that so many of us get so sick because of the thoughts that we're thinking, like that one thing, and your whole day is messed up because your brain just runs with that negative thought, and it just transforms it into the next negative thought, into the next negative thought, into the next negative thought. So this podcast that I was listening to, it's this guy who's a scientist, and he was basically talking about how our bodies experience things that don't happen, but because our mind has taken it and run with it, it's almost as if your body is experiencing it. This thing hasn't happened, but your body is experiencing it like it's happened because of that one thought. You basically make yourself sick because of all these negative thoughts. And I've been training myself. I mean, it's not easy. It's really not easy, because like, I've noticed that, let's say for instance, I think about something or I see something that triggers me and my mind just starts rolling. I literally, I don't know, and this also happens naturally, I literally go, oh, okay, you need to stop thinking about, like, you need to stop thinking. I literally tell myself that you need to stop thinking, otherwise it goes further and further and further. I call it addictive thinking, where you think a lot. All you ever do is think. Even when you're trying to sleep, your mind is just busy. Like, have you ever tried to sit and not think about anything? It's extremely difficult to do. And I don't know, I try sometimes to think about positive things, but I usually can't. I usually just turn on music or a podcast, or I resort to reading something that can help shift my mind from thinking too much. So those are the three things that I use to like help myself to sort of contain my thoughts. And 99% of the stuff that we think about doesn't even end up happening, but in your mind it's happened already, like it's real, you know. And I feel like that's where a lot of us get caught. If you're more aware of it, it sort of helps you. I don't want to say it makes it easier, but it sort of helps you cope with your mind and not letting it run away with your body. The third thing that I have learned is definitely to protect your energy. And what do I mean by your energy? Like, being aware of the stuff that you're letting into your space, the stuff that you're consuming, the stuff that you're watching, the stuff that you're reading, or people that you are interacting with. It's very easy to just let any and everything into your space, but you need to protect that space, because not everyone or everything that is around you is there in a good way. I'll make an example in terms of like social media, but I used to be heavy on Twitter, and I made this example as well in my what I wish I knew before becoming a mother, or before having a baby, I make this example about Twitter. I used to be on Twitter, like I love Twitter, any and everything. I would just read it. And during the 18 months, I realized that this stuff is toxic for me. Like there's so many things that are on there. Like people just say whatever they want to say on there, and there's no one who's guarding it. And so you have to guard the information that you take in. And things like the news, I don't watch the news because it triggers me, you know, and it takes me out of the space, and it like just puts me in bad vibes or bad energy. I don't watch TV. I used to be heavy on like listening to the news, but like every time you listen to the news, like there's always something that's there to depress you, to drain you, like someone getting raped or someone being killed. It's just not a good space to always listen to that. Like in every single hour you're listening that something happened, or a child was kidnapped, or there was a bombing there. Like how are you supposed to stay in a positive mood when you're consuming all those things? I don't know, maybe some people can do it, just like how some people can watch scary movies and then go to sleep afterwards. I'm personally not that person, but I do feel like even if you don't think that those things affect you, they definitely affect you to a certain degree, maybe like unconsciously, and you're not even aware of it. If someone is draining you, cut them off. You don't have to deal with things. And I feel like sometimes we put ourselves in situations where, or we feel like we owe people explanations, or we owe a person your life because they did something for you or whatever. But if that person is draining you and that person is just making you feel otherwise, cut it off. Do your best to just filter out stuff, because not everything is made to make you feel like roses and sunshine. So always protect your energy. The fourth thing that I want to talk about is in God's time. Is that in God's time, literally things happen because God says so. I know it's trendy right now to manifest, you know, I manifested this life that I want. I manifested my dream job. But I feel like those situations leave God out, and it's almost as if you are the one that makes things happen, and you're the one that's in control. We are in control to a certain degree, but in the overall picture, God is the one that is in control. I realized that there were so many things that I do, there were so many things that I would plan and stuff like that, but sometimes things wouldn't happen, and not because I didn't plan and I didn't do my part, but because it just simply wasn't the time. Everything has a time and a place, and things don't just happen because we conjure them up. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. I have resorted to simply doing my best not to worry about things that I cannot control, and I feel like you'll free yourself from a lot. And the last thing that I learned during these past 18 months is to practice gratitude. Like when the year started, I told myself that this year I really want to practice gratitude, and I set off and I did like 21 days of gratitude. It was like a challenge to myself. Every day there was something that I was writing that I was thankful for. Practicing gratitude goes further than just writing stuff down, because sometimes you write those things down and that's where they stay and you leave them. What I tend to do, like when I find a moment during the day, or when I'm going to work, when I'm awake in the middle of the night, or you know, whenever I'm doing whatever it is, I think about the moment that I'm in and I say, God, thank you for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's something that I'm trying to like do throughout the day. I feel like practicing gratitude helps you to be more present and to be more aware of how you're feeling emotionally. Before this 18 months, I wasn't really emotionally in tune with myself. I feel like I was just emotionally, I was floating, like I was on a cloud. And I feel like I am more emotionally connected to myself than I've ever been in my entire life. I'm someone who likes to be strong, quote unquote. I come off as the strong person, but I'm genuinely not. I'm extremely sensitive. I cry at random times. Like when I'm driving in the car, I just randomly cry and I'm emotional or whatever. But I feel like practicing gratitude has really helped me, has really helped center me, and it's really helped connect me with myself emotionally and with God as well. And it helps with making you value the stuff that you have, instead of just also looking for the next thing, like I said about the happiness, you know, always looking for the next event to make you happy. Think about the stuff that you currently have now. Practicing gratitude needs to be something that you do every single day. With everything, these 5 lessons that I've learned, I feel like if it obviously wasn't for the panoramic, I wouldn't have done these things. Maybe another situation would have forced me into it. That is basically it for today's video. I don't know, let me know if you guys like these type of videos, because I'm into these types of things now, where I'm into being self-aware and being mindful all the time, because I feel like it's helping me cope, I guess, to be in touch with your feelings and stuff. I've never really been in touch with my feelings as much as I have this year, and I'm into stuff like that. I'm into stuff that makes you learn stuff emotionally. That I read those types of books, and you know, stuff that'll motivate you, stuff that'll, you know, keep you in a good mood. And let me know if you like these types of videos. I still have other videos like this that I want to record. I'm not necessarily sitting down, but like sharing stuff that I do to help with keeping myself in a good mood. Let me know how you feel about this video, but above all, I really hope that it is helpful and that you relate to it, or that you take something away from it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, because it really helps support my channel. We're almost at 800 subscribers, but thank you so much for supporting me. I wish you guys nothing but love, peace, just like good vibes, looking after yourself, being in a good mental space. Comment down below if there are any lessons that you've learned during these past 18 months that have helped you. Let's share positive vibes, good vibes, and I'm wishing you guys nothing but the best in life, and I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah.